The Wedding Planner on AM Evansville. Brought to you by Rogers Jewelers.
Saundra Hadley joins us now, our wedding planner.
How are you?
Well, I am in a wedding this weekend and in July, and so I'm in the wedding spirit. I'm ready to go.
You're ready for it. Is this your maid of honor wedding?
No, I'm playing my cello this weekend and then maid of honors July.
Didn't know you played the cello. Might have to
call me up for wedding music. Okay.
Excellent.
Well, you know, it makes me think though about my own someday, and it begs the question, where do you start? There's so many components.
I have clients that get so excited they're engaged. So they may run out. What's the best thing to do? Go dress shopping, go shop thinking about decor and so forth. That's really one of the last things that you need to do.
You're like, yeah, right.
First you want to sit down with your fiance and just talk about your wedding. What did you vision? Because what you vision may be something different than what he is visioning. So you can come up with kind of a united plan
that
together.
That probably happens a lot, I imagine.
Sometimes, you know, and then you can also compromise. You know, I want this element, well, this element's important to me.
Okay.
So
talk and visualize.
Visualize it. And the next thing you want to talk about is your financial comfort zone, otherwise known as the budget. It's a bad word.
You know, you hear a lot of figures that these ballooning costs of weddings. What would you say is the average price of a tri-state wedding?
Probably about $25,000.
You're serious?
$25,000 to $26,000.
See,
for about $200 to $250.
For $200 to $250. Okay, because that's what I asked that, because when I think of a budget comfort zone, I don't even know where to start.
Well, and I mean, that's not really what you want to do. You want to talk about how much do we want to pay for the wedding?
Okay.
How much can we afford? Remember, you don't go shop for a car if you don't know how much you can pay per month.
Right.
Do you? You go shop for a house? No, you need to think about, okay, this is what we can afford, this is what we can invest. Maybe parents are pitching in and so forth, but as economic times get a little harder, you need to have that in place before you run out and start finding the best photographer that you can find, or even the venue.
Okay, so don't think of that big number, just think how much you individually can add to the pot.
Right, and then you can collectively add it. Now that doesn't mean to say that if you have a wedding 12 months or 15 months down the road that you can either subtract or add to that amount, but you need to have a starting point.
Okay, this is so business, I love it.
It is.
Okay, so visualize the dream, then discuss how much you're willing to contribute.
All right, determine the number of guests, because that's going to affect how do we reduce our budget, Sarah?
By cutting people.
That's right. That's the fastest,
the quickest way.
And after all of that, you can pick a date. Now, that's my recommendation. Some people have a date already set for personal
that they're obsessed
reasons.
with, right?
Right, and that's fine. I mean, but if you don't, then I would recommend doing all of this, because it becomes a really balancing act, because you have to find the church, you have to find the venue, and then you have to find the date. And you have to find all of those that can fit in your budget. So it's like walking a tightrope for a little bit until it all falls together, if that makes any sense.
And on determining the guests, again, I really don't know. Is there an average? What's the smallest wedding you've seen? What's the biggest wedding you've ever seen?
Well, I've done a wedding with 30 people. And to 700.
What?
Yeah, the
average. That many people?
I certainly don't, but maybe all the viewers can come to when I remarry my husband. We'll just have 700 people. It's average around here is about 200, 250.
Really?
Yeah,
that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Oh,
unless you go up to Jasper and then you double it.
Well, I like that this is the real nuts and bolts though, and I think I would be like, oh, what are my colors? That's what I would think. Your first question.
You run and get your dress, and then the dress doesn't fit the time of the venue, or the time of the year, or the season, and then you're kind of stuck. So I mean, I know it's so much more fun to do that. But if you get all this other stuff done, then you can go have fun.
And the romance can follow.
Yes.
Lovely. All right. Well, good tips on where to start. I need to start saving, I think. All right.
For your parents.
Well, Saundra Hadley, thanks for joining us. You'll be back next Wednesday.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after a quick break.
Saundra Hadley with Planning Forever. Call 455-6836 or visit planningforever.com.